Hello and welcome to today's show and today's episode of Elian's Joy. I am Elian Han and I welcome you to today's show. We're going to talk about breathing and I'm very excited to see you. Okay, very glad to be here. It is a wonderful day and it's a wonderful day to focus a little bit on things that we can do for our stress level, right? And things that we can do for anxiety, things that we can do to calm us down, to sleep better and I'm going to discuss some of those things with you today. I am very excited to see you and very glad to be here at Win Win Women TV and discuss a few of those topics with you. And I always ask people the first thing when I see them, my patients or my clients, do you need to take a breath? And I work with my patients and with my clients in recovery from substance addiction, or I work with them on life coaching goals. So I'm a certified life coach and I work as a wellness coach at a rehab facility part time. So I have lots of clients that are mainly coming to see me for stress and anxiety and really feeling that they need a little bit of help to just get in the moment and to find that awareness that we need to calm our body down and to take a step back and then assess what we're walking into and then come back with a more proper reaction. So if we are breathing too fast or if we're breathing too much into our chest area, we are definitely also experiencing the symptoms, the physical symptoms of all that stuff that's going on in our mind, right? So today I'm going to share a little bit with that of that stuff with you and how we are getting there. So we're talking about breathing, we're talking about increasing our skills for breathing technique, and then we receive the benefits. So we're talking about receiving a calmer state of mind and a calmer body. And we're just definitely talking about believing in this stuff, right? Because if you are doing that for yourself, you are just getting better and better at it, and you will definitely experience greater benefits of you being able to calm yourself down. So let's talk about a little bit of this breath stuff. Where does this word even come from? Noma in ancient Greek, Pneuma, is the ancient Greek word for breath. And it really comes down in a lot of different cultures to addressing the vital spirit, the vital breath of life, the vital force, the creative force, and it is also referring to our soul many times. And we see it in the Bible many times coming back and probably as well in other religion. So we are definitely seeing that more than I think I read more than even 250 times in the Bible referring breath to your soul and to your spirit. So, to the Holy Spirit sometimes, and to your spirit, or your belief in the Holy Spirit, right? So, we're going to back into that psyche, we're going back into the mind. All this is what breath or pneuma just really means, the meaning behind the whole world, the whole word. And we think sometimes of breath as a breath of air, right? And that is the same thing. And in Latin, it also means to come alive or to breath, your breath, to your life breath, your breath to come alive and to be alive and to feel alive. And in Sanskrit or in Hindi, the meaning of breath, or also called prana, means the spirit of life itself, spirit, your body, your soul again, right? So in the Hindu philosophy, that word is coming back all the time, and it's one of the techniques in in yoga, for instance, to calm and to practice our mind, body, and to connect the mind and body. Because we talked a lot about union, right? Yoga means union, connecting the mind and the body and our spirit, our belief, our thinking or 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 life force all together. So, and in Hebrew, of course, it also means the breath of life. In classical Chinese, we can find the word qi or qi, referring to energy. And you know, I do a lot of that stuff, doing Tai Chi or Qigong, referring to that energy, that breath of life. And it all comes down to not talking too fast and taking a slow, deep breath. So we have several techniques that I'm going to share with you today to listen to your body and to find out that you feel a little bit anxious and that you might need some of those techniques to calm down. And we're just going to go over a few, right? So it's just not taking a deep breath. You can actually learn a variety of techniques that are referring to calming you down or being anxiety techniques or anxiety methods or breathing methods. So we're going to go over and have fun with a few. And if you're with me, just practice it with me today. We're going to really kind of control our breath. We're going to start with the fact that you always have to have a good posture because one of the problems of our breathing is that we don't have good posture. We sit too much. We're all shrunk and crinkled up, right? And wrinkled and crinkled up. And we just don't really open our body and make room for the proper breathing technique. So you have to first start with sitting up straight or being in a good place to lie down. We do that before sleeping a lot, of course, to calm our body or to do it as a sleeping technique. We'll refer to that in a minute. But you also kind of have to open up when you're sitting. So, sit in the proper posture or standing is really important for all these anxiety and stress techniques, or if you want to use breathing for a good deep sleeping. So, we just can do that through different techniques. We can say we're doing a visualization, right? So it's just almost like a meditation, and I do a lot of meditation, so we'll come back to that. But if you just visualize the things that you really like to see, that you love for yourself, and you visualize the good things, right, to come in through your breath and release the things that you don't want to hold on to with your exhalation. That could be a really good visualization technique or visualization method or principle that you can incorporate in your breathing. So if you want to really feel that you need to hold on to some visualization, some image, if you would like to breathe with an image, then hold on and breathe in to a really good thought, something that you would like to see manifested, something that you would like to visualize, something that you would like to see, and exhale and let everything go that you don't want to hold on to. So, thinking, inhale the positive, exhale the negative, right? So, letting go on the exhale of the things that we don't want to hold on to. And we do that in meditation techniques a lot. Another thing is another method is just sometimes, mindful breathing. Just being really mindful of the fact that you're going to sit down, take a moment, create awareness, and create those techniques. Pay attention to the rhythm of your breath. And we're coming back to that because we're doing a lot of that rhythmic breathing or also counting your breath. And there's different techniques for that that I'm going to share with you. And then, of course, the most important thing is that we have to realize that we do a lot of mouth breathing. And mouth breathing is not really very healthy for you. You will experience less tissue oxygenation. So, when you are breathing through your mouth, it's not so healthy for you as when you are breathing through your nose. And that is a really important thing to do. Feeling that you can breathe in really deep. And when you breathe in and you have that oxygen that comes into your body, then you really feel that O2 going to your spine and giving it a chance to go to those red blood cells, to fill up those red blood cells towards your organs with healthy and fresh oxygen, right? That's what we need. And then that slowly moves through your organs and comes out as carbooxygen. But if we are going into carbon dioxide, I can't talk today, into that CO2, we don't want to release that immediately either. Because then the balance between O2 and CO2 would be out of balance and we would not be equal and we don't want that. So we don't want to just exhale too much CO2 either. So here I am without breath, right? I'm trying to find the words and explain it to you and run out of breath because I'm doing too much of that. So we have to kind of balance our body into a tolerance of being equal into inhale and exhale. We're going to focus a little bit on some exercises that we're going to do right now. One of the exercises, and one that I do really a lot with my patients, is that we're doing a box breathing technique. This is being used a lot in therapy. It's being used a lot to just calm patients down, patients with trauma, patients with PTSD. And we use this a lot for anxiety techniques, for stress, for sleeping. So if you just want to have any time of the day, your body and your breath to calm down a little bit, this is a really good one to start with. A box breath simply looks like a breath, looks like a box. And you're going to inhale either 4-4-4-4 box or 5-5-5-5. I'm going to start with 4-4-4-4. We're going to inhale for 4 counts through our nose. And now I'm going to hold it for 4 counts. While I inhale, I'm going to hold that breath. And then I'm going to slowly exhale for 4. And I'm going to hold it on the bottom, bottomed out for another 4 counts. Then I'm going to inhale again. Exhale. Good. So one more time, just so that it's yours for the rest of the day or whenever you want to use it. Inhale for 4. Hold. 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Very good. So you can do that in a really slow tempo, or you can practice to go to 5. So you can inhale for 5 counts, hold for 5 counts, exhale for 5, and hold for 5 again. So this is what we call box breathing. And that box breathing is really, really good for all these things, right? Actually, everything that we mentioned to create that awareness, to just visualize, you see the numbers. Sometimes I even do the little number thing, right? Remember um, that was that show for children, where you see all the numbers on television. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just see the numbers, Muppet Show, right? See the numbers in front of you, and then hold it again. Exhale for 4 or 5. Hold for 4 or 5. So whatever you choose, it is a really good exercise to slow down in any situation. First thing, I always use it as a technique, the first one. I'm not talking about yoga, I'm not talking about meditation. Always just breathing as a first technique to step away and assess a situation that you're running into that might be stressful or that might cause you just panic, nervousness, anxiety, anything that you run into that you go like, oh my, I can't handle that. Step out and do your box breathing. And as well, it is of course very good to just focus on it before bedtime. So that is a really great method to work on, box breathing. The next one, or this we call this also sometimes equal breathing in and out. So equally or box breathing, right? Equally breathing in and out. So we can also do that and shorten that a little bit into an equal breath in for 7 and an equal breath out for 7 or 8 counts. So that is just however you choose and practice. You practice and you get better at it. Because ultimately, we are trying to come to the ultimate thing that we only want to have 6 breaths per minute. That would be a perfect feel for your body, a perfect homeostasis, a perfect way of really breathing slowly and being into a balanced mind and a balanced body. So if you can do that and you can come and use those techniques to come to about 6 breaths per minute, then you're having a great breathing technique down. So another breathing technique that we can do is the 5 in and the 5 out, and sometimes again we call that a box breathing technique because we can use that. And sometimes they call that the 365 minute method. So the 365 minute, just 5 breath in, and 5 breath out, right? And if you do that, that is really good. It is really used in trauma therapy a lot and really good for withdrawal symptoms. So just 5 breath in, 5 breath out. 5 in, 5 out. 5 in, 5 out. Good. Now, a lot of times in the beginning, you will experience a little bit lightheadedness and you just feel a little bit of dizziness increasing because you are practicing so focused those breathing techniques. And that will go away over time because, again, that is just a way of, that is just a matter of practice, just getting better at it while you're doing it. And you will increase that lung capacity, you will increase that lung strength, and you will get better at the feeling overall and not feeling so dizzy. Also, remember that we also have to drink a lot of water, while you're going into those techniques and make sure that you're properly dehydrated. Otherwise, that might just go into a headache or a little dizziness, and that might just increase. And that is not good. So, another breath technique that we do is 4-7-8, and that is just all kind of similar but different. So whatever you feel that fits you best, right? You do that. So we are just breathing out 7 counts, and we inhale for 4, holding for 7, sorry, exhaling for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale for 4, hold for 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you really feel that you got to go again, right? 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8, 6, 7, 8. Good, 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 good. So the 4-7-8 method. You can see that sometimes showing up into any program or into any thing that you look up about breathing techniques. So we got the box breathing, we got the 5-5 in and out method, right? The 365. And then we got the 4-7-8, 4 in, 7 hold, 8 out method. And then we're going to talk about pranayama. So prana is the word for breath in Hindu, and we use this a lot to focus again and to increase our health, right? And to have all the benefits of all these breathing techniques come to us. And we will have to just find one that really works for you while you are trying these different breathing techniques. So there's so much to it, and there are so many different ways. But if I practice the 4 or the box 4-4-4-4 with one of my clients, that usually benefits them very well. So there's a lot of increased benefits, just more relaxed. They use it all the time when they're a little bit stressed out. They use it for sleeping. You use it when you just physically have to calm down, maybe after a fitness practice or after an exercise practice. So that is a very popular breathing method. And we're going to talk about a little bit about pranayama, which we use in yoga a lot and in yoga techniques. And the pranayama is the breathing, the method of breathing, the way of breathing is a very important pillar in anything that yogis practice or do. So it's not just about the exercise, but the exercise, the practice of the movements is just as important as your breathing techniques. So pranayama can be done, for instance, with your fingers. So we're going to use the thumb and 2 fingers and start again. We want to have that nose breathing, right? In and out through your nose. So we're going to practice that. We're going to inhale and release my thumb. So I'm going to inhale, in my case, through my right nostril. And now I'm going to close that right nostril and exhale through my left. Now that one is open. I'm going to inhale through that nostril, close it, exhale through the other side. Inhale right here. Exhale. Inhale this side. Exhale. Good. Do that for a couple of minutes or as long as you're comfortable with that breathing technique. Alternate nostril breathing in prana, right? In the prana method, pranayama. So we're really trying to get that alternate nostril feeling, and you really can focus on it. It calms you down. In the beginning, it might make you again a little bit lightheaded, but you really get better at it if you practice it. And it really gives you that fun little practice. I'm making a lot of faces just because I'm being silly and funny. But when I practice it with my group, we do that very seriously. We close our eyes and we just feel. You just want to feel and focus and take your attention towards that feeling of breathing and towards that stream of breath coming into your nose all the way towards your back. And all these techniques are great to practice that breathing through your nose. And if that's not comfortable for you in the beginning, I always tell my clients and my patients, if you're not comfortable in the beginning with exhaling through your nose as well, then just exhale through pursed lips. So in that case, we're going to practice to leave our mouth very relaxed, and you're going to put your tongue right behind or on your palate, right behind your upper teeth, just touching the tip of your tongue right there. Yeah. And so just a little bit of a relaxed face, right? Because at the same time, we're trying to relax our forehead and have no wrinkles in our forehead. We're trying to relax our eyes, our facial muscles, and our mouth and our jaw. So while we're breathing in through our nose, when you exhale, you can also let that air just float out. And we want to just breathe again deep into our belly, or at least to our diaphragm. We call it diaphragm breathing, right? And you put your heart on your diaphragm right here underneath your chest and one hand on your belly. And when you do that, you can just follow breathing towards your hands. And you can see that it's rising, your hands are rising up. And of course, when you deflate, everything goes down and you just deflate that balloon, right? Your belly. So it's healthier just with all these practices to go into that deep breathing and to that diaphragm breathing. Because if you don't do that, then again, we're going to that state of hyperventilation and just adding on to that anxiety and that mouth breathing, which adds to that anxiety and that hyperventilation as well. So if we're doing this prana breathing, try to breathe through your nose. And if you're not comfortable, just let it out through your mouth. And if we come to the last part of our qi or qi breathing, like we do in China and in Tai Chi and the practice of Qigong, then we actually do breathe out through our mouth. So in the Qi practice and in the Tai Chi practice and in the Qigong practice or Qigong practice, we do let our air out through our mouth with our tongue against our palate, right? Right behind our teeth. So if we do that, we practice a deep breathing, a deep Qi breath, energy, all the way deep down to my belly. And it slowly comes out. I don't even have to do anything for it. So when I exhale and I just let go of that breath, I slowly see my tummy going down, but I don't have to do anything for it. So you do not want to force that exhalation, right? That always comes out in a very natural way. So inhaling through your nose, exhale through your lips. Pursed lips. Very relaxing. So we would do some movement like we do in moving meditation, right? Or Tai Chi or Qigong, which is our moving meditation. If we make those movements, and you rather do that because today you don't feel like sitting down or you don't feel like lying down, if you do that and you sit down, then we just inhale, exhale, inhale, I don't even feel that I have to do anything for it if I do that, right? It's very calming. And you can just do that movement of Buddha lifting or supporting heaven, right? With your hands in front, all the way up. And then when you exhale, they come all the way down the sides. And just kind of letting your arms flow. You don't have to do anything for it. Just feeling that flow of your arms and feeling that flow of your breath. And so that's why that is so important. So in the chi practice, we let go through pursed lips with our tongue behind our teeth. In the pranayama technique, we ultimately want to focus on breathing in and out through our nose only to get that really calming flow of breath that ultimately just will relax and will release stress, anxiety, nervous feelings, just that crazy life that we are right in the middle of. So today was all about a few breathing techniques. I'm already coming to the end of the show. I'm so glad you were here, and I hope that you will practice some of these things with me. And I hope to go into this again and a little bit deeper into what we need to do to get this down, to get these breathing techniques down. So today we touched on that box breathing, we touched on the 5-4-5, we touched on the 4-7-8 method, right? Where we inhale 4, hold 7, exhale for 8, and try to do this pranayama breath through your nose with one in, out, in, out, and then slow, right? So I told you this really fast, but of course we gotta go really slow. I love to do this. I love doing all these meditation techniques. I love doing all this breathing stuff. This comes back in my Tai Chi practice. This comes back in my yoga practice. This comes back into my meditation practice. This is what I do with my clients and with anybody that wants to reach out to me. And you can reach out on the internet. You can reach out on my website, elianhaan.com, www.elianhaan.com. And I have my classes there. I have my YouTube link, my meditation stuff. I have my um, practice of all the yoga, the short form of the classes, the long form of the classes. All my television shows, you can find them back and rewatch the key practice or rewatch the yoga practice. If you feel like it, then just come on with me and follow me on all the social media sites as well, because I have that. Um, uh, the announcements of the shows, and I have the social media sites of what's coming out and what new practice I do, or did I do a new video on yoga or Tai Chi or breathing or meditation. So follow me. I love this. And the best thing that we can do for ourselves is to calm down a little bit. And we need that at all times. There are so many different things and so much to say about this. But let's go a little bit deeper later on into the difference between this nasal and this mouth breathing. Keep it simple this time. You know what my thing is. I love simple and effective because that leads to results. And my words are always SER. Simple, effective, leads to results. So if I can explain it to you in a simple way, I hope I did that today. And you can start with it. And then later on, we can go a little bit, dive a little bit deeper into that breathing stuff. So inhale that good oxygen and let go of what you don't want to hold on to. Thank you so much for watching today. I am super excited. I hope you will do this with me and practice some simple breathing. And you know what? We just don't think about it. That's just the whole thing. We don't think about it. We gotta breathe. And normally we don't pay attention to our breath. So today was all about paying attention to our breath. And I hope you do that with me. Let's breathe together. body, spirit, mind, and bring it all together. Thank you so much for watching. Love you. Have a great, 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 fabulous day.